Hello. So it is our weekend vlog for May 7th or 8th. Sorry, can't remember. All right, so let's start here. So this is super cool, and I'm pretty excited about this. We went to a plant show today and got a bunch of plant seeds, which are free. Sorry, palm. These are all palms. So we got palm seeds. So we got bunch of different varieties. So I really like palm trees, so I'm pretty excited about that. All right, so picked these up at that show. This beetle nut, sorry, wrong, that was not the one we got. This is Pinangna Corinthia blunt leaf. So this is super cool. It's got like a red trunk. That's what it looks like. Excited about that. That came for free for joining the Calm Society, which I wanted to anyway. That looks like an agave. I don't know, it wasn't labeled, but it was like 50 cents. Set up the potting bench, which is really handy. It really cleaned up this whole area, and now we can actually like pot stuff, so that was really handy. The orchid bench is, or the shade house is really coming along, mounting quite a few plants and potting stuff up, kind of doing it slowly, not rushing it, there's no need. And I've been taking this branch, which I pulled out of the woods over there somewhere, and I've just been breaking pieces off and mounting orchids to it. So the shade house is looking really good. We had an extremely hot weekend. We also had some volcanoes, if you didn't know that. So the volcanoes happened 8 miles that way. That's where the eruption is. We have no ill effects of it. There's no evacuations here. Everything is fine. Can't smell anything. Nothing. I took the drone up yesterday. Went all the way up. Maybe I'll embed that. I went all the way up to like 80 feet, 80 meters, I think. And I think I could see a plume, but I wasn't sure. This area is just going to be the stuff I yank out of the ground. So those are some plants that I found down by the beach. Hopefully I'll do some videos on that later on. So the raised bed looking really good. Everything looks good. No issues. A lot of good growth. Nothing has died back. We have just a lot of stuff coming along. So we had to drench it though because it was so hot. So this is all new. So we've made a bunch of additional beds straight in the ground. So we bought soil and laid the soil 3 to 4 inches thick on the ground. Planted a ton of seedlings, so we took all of our extra stuff, plus we got some new seeds and planted them. So those are some Okinawan sweet potatoes, and those 3. That's our corn, which is looking really good. Along here we have a lot of tomato. We planted tons of tomatoes, so there's probably 15 to 20 tomato plants in the ground, so we're gonna probably have too many, but we'll deal with that. 10 more tomatoes right here, and then Swan planted a ton of new seedlings along here. We planted some pumpkin there, and just Brussels sprouts, everything. We just grabbed a lot of different stuff. So we made another bed here. This is our little papaya area, so these are all papaya seedlings. Planted a couple of papaya in the ground, and then a lot of flower seeds here. So I think some poppy and a couple of other seeds, flowering seeds, just to try to bring in some pollinators. I showed a video of us planting it, but this is poi, and these are really awesome. They grow in full water or in pretty wet conditions, and you can see them right there. The leaves are edible, but you have to cook them a lot, and if you don't, it's painful. And I learned that the hard way this week. I ate some, I sauteed it, and not enough, and it was pretty unenjoyable. So the fig, comfrey are doing very nicely. Got a lot of new leaves. The comfrey looks great. Got some strawberry plants that we've up potted. The orchid that we just planted, didn't even plant this in the ground, just stuck this on top of the ground and put some mulch around it. These were flowering earlier today. It was so hot, I think they just kind of died back, but this actually looks really good. Got another one coming right there. This is actually, I think, pretty cool, as you just have all these keikis babies coming off, and these just fall on the ground, and that's why there's so many of these. There's just hundreds, thousands of these. The ferns are looking pretty good. Had to water them quite a bit though. Here's our Linda avocado. No adverse effects, looking really good. The coffee plant, looking fantastic. So this is a new addition. So Swan made this during the week. Just another raised bed, a smaller one, smaller footprint. And with this one, we did sort of the same thing as we did with that one, except we put mulch on the bottom. We didn't separate it by cardboard, and then we just put maybe 5 inches of soil on top. So there's a ton of seeds in there, tons. Everything that we had, all the vegetable seedlings we had went in there basically. So lettuces and all the rest. Got a new area up here that has some cactus seeds. I'm just gonna let that alone. I think they need things to be pretty wet. So they need things to be pretty dry. So I'm not gonna micromanage that. That avocado, that mango, I think, the one with the red tips, might be a little hard to see on the camera. I went back there, chopped my way, got all the way to the plant. I can't see any fruit on it, but it definitely looks like a fruit tree. So this is the newest addition this weekend too. This is our compost bin. So I got these awesome free pallets from work. Brought home 8 of them. I needed 9. So I made 1 compost bin. I threw all of the weeds that we had in a pile right behind me with some of the mulch I picked up, and that'll be the first compost bin, and then I'll add 2 onto the side. I'm guessing this is going to take 6 months to be ready, but for now we'll have to keep buying our soil until we have enough. But this will give us a ton, and we'll have 3 of them. Maybe we'll have more. There's so much green here. I'll keep picking up mulch. We're gonna have a lot of soil, a lot of really good soil. And in the meantime, we bought maybe almost 20 bags of the organic soil. Probably a couple more, and we should be pretty good to start with. So I'll get to the last new addition in a second, but the Rollinia is looking really good. I think it got a little bit sunburnt, but at the same time, it sent out at least 2 new leaves in the last couple of days. It got a lot of new growth, so really happy with that. This Calamondan lime, it's not really a lime, it's something like a mix between a lime and an orange or something, but I think it gets about that big. That looks mature. It's got a lot of stuff on it. Probably gonna clear some of this stuff off, probably cut some of these branches back and give it quite a haircut. The bananas are looking really good. A lot of strong growth. So I'll water them because it's been so dry. That leaf is new today. That wasn't there. Actually, it was there a couple of hours ago. I watered it, I drenched it, and that entire leaf just popped out. The last new cool addition here are these 4 new coconuts. So all 4 of these coconuts we bought for $5 each at that plant sale. You can see the coconut. I'll post a video of us planting these, but this will be pretty cool as the front of the house, and this will look pretty cool over time. We found out from the guy that we bought these from that he said so I said, oh, these take a while to grow. And he said, I said, these take a while to actually produce coconuts, right? And he's like, no, not too bad. The ones I planted at home, I planted in 2000 and they're already producing. And I was like, thought about it in my head, and I was like, it's 2018, so 18 years later, and he's happy that they produce. So they take a long time to produce, but I think once they do, it's an abundance. But all in all, really fun, productive weekend. Hope you're enjoying the series. Till next